Welcome everybody to the live stream today. We're hosting Spider's Fast Rapid. His other name is Tarantula. Alright, Fast Rapid, 7 rounds, 7 plus 5. 7 plus 5 Rapid Casual, 7 rounds, 3 minutes between rounds. Weekly Rapid for the Spider and Horses team. Soon to be back to Panda and Horses. Every year we turn into a spider for the Halloween period will end. Today's the Day of the Dead, so All Saints Day, we're gonna keep it hallowed until tomorrow. Sparkle Horse Circularity, a new player from the 2400 and Beyond Club. Princess Chess is in the tournament. Wow, watch out, she's tough. Cheesy Noob. That'll be an epic battle. Princess Chess versus Cheesy Noob. Edus, Troll in a Roll is back. From the mountains of Nepal. Or somewhere like that. Acerbate, My Official Chess Stats. Alright, who else we have? Quam is out there lurking. World Loser, are you in or are you out? En garde. No, oh yeah, because Cheesy Noob is French. We don't have Blobix ever. Blobix never plays anymore. Our other friend from France, Morois, doesn't play. All of our French friends don't play anymore. Okay. We will get enough players for this thing to take off. We've got 9 players. Miki is in. Mickey, for some reason, I don't know, I always get him confused with Husky. Husky's from Austria and Mickey's from Slovenia, and they're both like Western neighbors of Hungary, so for some reason I get these guys confused. They are very different people. Okay, Mickey Dikat, 2307, from Slovenia. Ljubljana. Acerbate. Who else is here? Everybody, we're starting soon at 45 minutes, so quarter to the hour in 12 minutes and 43 seconds. Wikigat Mubadid. Good to see everybody here. Mr. Coffee Acerbate. Guys, don't forget, it's a new week. Cheer now to be number 1. We had a slow Monday. Yesterday I went to look at an apartment. I'm kind of manic Monday. That's a song, right? I've been kind of manic since yesterday. I haven't been sleeping enough. Grand Holas. Master 12 Goo. Alright. 9 players and counting. Don't forget, it's 7 rounds tonight. 7 plus 5 is pretty fast. So, I would guesstimate 7 rounds, 7 plus 5 is around 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay. What is up, everybody? Happy Halloween. It is the Day of the Dead, actually. The zombies come back to life. For you hedonists out there, like myself. So what's up? Mr. Coffee with the Ghosto. The Ghosto. I like the Ghosto emote. Somebody tell me something. Princess Chess, your text is green. Doesn't look green. Blue Crow doesn't play anymore. Blue Crow was one of the first people long ago. He's from France too. Yeah, I don't know why he never comes to my stream. He was one of the first year viewers. Turkey Farm 3, to be specific. Subscribe with Prime. They've subscribed for 27 months. Awesome. I hope the bird flu is not adversely affecting you. Lots of bird flu outbreaks. Just stop by to sub. Gotta take off. Happy Halloween. Don't get the bird flu. Turkey Farm. Dr. Tripchance, hi, and how are you guys? What's up? Stay safe, Dr. Tripchance. We've got such a diverse group here. Germany, Slovenia, Poland, the United States, France, Tibet. I don't know where Chestats is from. And then Dr. Tripchance from Iran. Very international. But he's not in the tournament, maybe. But very international group here. South America is not represented unless Edus is from South America. All right, Africa, anyone? Haha. Newfoundland. Turkey Farm. Stop by more often. Mr. Coffee's from... You can't join the tournament? Alright. How do you not have 50 rapid games? By this stage. Oof. I'm gonna set it down to 20. Another player trying to join the team. Whis doesn't have any games. Whistle while you work. Alright, Whistle doesn't have any games, just 20 bullet games. That's not gonna fly. That turkey is not gonna fly here. I've gotta lay down the law. You know, you gotta have at least some games other than bullet chess. So I can't accept that player. The language lab. I never went to the language lab. Alright. 8 minutes to start. Make it a great tournament again. Save America. Yeah. Gleitzen is from... He's from South America. We've had a few players from Brazil on the Simul on Sunday. Speaking of Brazil... Congratulations to Lula. Alright. We've got 13 players. Princess Chess Stapfargen's here. My vanquisher from the Sunday Simul who ruined my perfect score. You look fresh. Did I shave or get some money? Actually, I just shaved on Friday and... You've got a bad conception of fresh, but it's a nice compliment anyway, and I wish I got some money. I actually need more money. I could use some, I could use like a spare $10,000 if anybody's got it. An extra $10,000 would come in handy right about now, but I'll get along, Alright. We could do with like a 10,000 donation just about now. Sell something. My liver or something. Nobody wants that. Not sure about my kidneys. They're like connected to my liver probably. B-Jock sent me a game for analysis. Alright. Where's my paper? Thursday analysis. Kojak. You have $1,500 when gambling. Didn't withdraw, and I owe about $500. Good old online gambling. Never heard of it. I'll resolve it, B-Jock. That's fine. That's fine. 8 minutes. We've got Sparkle Horse, Circularity, Miki, World Loser, Stapfargen, Princess Chess, Cheesy Noob, Sumhair, Edus, Troll in a Roll. The fight despite the fact that I'm dyslexic and cash poor, we will be going to the World Senior Championship in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday, to be exact. That's the big news on this front. World Senior Championship in Assisi, Italy, from following the Monday after next Monday. Do you think it's illegal to sell one's organs in the U.S.? Oh, did you hear what happened with Karpov? No, World Senior Chess Championship. Did you guys hear about Karpov? He was like first reported to have been attacked and taken to the hospital, put in an induced coma yesterday. And then they revised the story to say that he had like fallen down. His blood alcohol level was like super high. And then the TASS said that, oh, nothing happened, he's completely fine, and don't worry about it. They have disinformation for Karpov. Falling down drunk, smashing his head, and now it didn't happen. Even like a mundane event, like someone falls down drunk and smashes their head, they have to like make up lies about. They can't even tell the truth about this like freaking Karpov fell down, he got drunk, fell down and broke his head, It's unbelievable. The editor from like Medusa was joking about it. Well, I mean, immediately, someone I talked to suggested like there could be some ulterior motives, like maybe he said something he wasn't supposed to say and somebody like tried to kill him or something. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't have any windows in his hospital room that he's not in, They don't want to admit that he's drunk, but I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's not like he's that important. Yeah. They don't admit he was simply drunk and like fell down and hit his head. But I don't know if it's true he was put in an induced coma or not. That isn't clear. Of course, he's in the Russian Duma. I know. He's the... I mean, if somebody's gonna like die in the Russian Duma, Karpov's my favorite Russian Duma member. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy in the Russian Duma. All right. So, imagine a Russian like getting drunk on vodka and like stumbling, falling down, and hitting his head. It's unthinkable. That's like the time when my friend Alexander Ivanov went back to Siberia and like got drunk and then froze his legs in the snow and got frostbite. Russians would never get drunk, and have some kind of accident. All right. Ready to go. Don't drink in the snow. First lesson. T-Bot Poo has to join the team. TP-Bot. Yeah, just don't fall asleep in the snow. Like, you end up like Jack Torrance in The Shining. That's the image I always conjure up when I think about dying in the snow. Frozen, Jack Nicholson. You need some more people to join. Uh-oh, Princess Chess. Not enough for you? We only have 13. Princess Chess needs more victims. We have 16 players. Now you're in the bottom half. Princess Chess is going to play me at this rate. She's like, I need more people to join. Hurry up and someone join. Still can't play? Oh, Gina Rook, what am I going to do with you? Alright, I'll lower the requirement. Gina Rook, try again. Try again, quickly. Try again. You have 20 seconds. You have 20 seconds to enter. You now have 15 seconds to answer. To answer. What is with my dyslexia? I didn't sleep enough. Too many count, ban, LOL. Princess chess. I've been playing only e4 lately. Princess chess has to play me in the first game. She... Alright. What are we gonna do? Gotta bring the forcing moves. When I played... What was it I played against her? Something she knew how to play against. One of these gambits. No, it was the Belgrade Gambit. It was the Belgrade Gambit. She knew what she was doing against the Belgrade Gambit. Oh, now I remember. But the Danish Gambit. Danish, Dutch. Whatever. Starts with a D and it's in Europe. Okay. Center game. It's not. It's a Danish Gambit. Where is Ubatis? Spectacular Camel. He's Danish. He's a Gambit. Cannot believe you're still calling them she. Ye of little faith. Of little faith. Troll on a roll. Alright, man. I mean, I'm with you on the conspiracy theory. 9 out of 10 people proposing to be women online are like men. But not always. That's good, Troll. That's good. You're safe that way. Goring Gambit. Goring Gambit is like when you play the Scotch move order, right? The way I played it is a Danish. I mean, they're basically the same thing. It's a question of whether you play it on move 3 or move 4. You thought the Danish was what? Well, no, I don't think it has to be bishop c4, Mr. Coffee. I mean, my assumption would be just the act of sacrificing a pawn with c3 is the Danish Gambit. Troll, are you playing? Or just, peddling conspiracy theories? Do you have a Twitter account? Man, this looks familiar. No, a Danish, yes. A Danish is like a pastry with frosting. I don't know how the definition of it is. It has like fruit. There's like sugary fruit on it. Very popular in the US. I guess it originally probably came from Denmark. I think they have Danishes in Denmark, actually. I didn't see any when I was there, but yes, it is a type of sweet breakfast pastry. Mr. Coffee, don't confuse us with the cream cheese pastries. Did I really have to play badly on stream? You played great. What are you talking about? You're playing great. You're doing fine. There you go. You found a move. So I have anything tricky or fancy here? So there's bishop takes a7, king f8, and then we must decide on a course of action, course of antibiotics. Check, king f8. Uh-oh. Mubad is angry today. Chocolate and strawberry. A Danish with chocolate? Danishes don't have chocolate. You mean a pastry? We had a really good bakery when I was a kid that we used to buy stuff from. They made the best Danishes. Kind of an old school bakery that isn't easy to find anymore in the United States. Hungary is great. They have great pastry shops here, but it's a little different than the West. If you like pastries like Nefyadov, he made me go to the pastry shop when he came to visit. Making us hungry, yeah. Do I have a choice here? I mean, Queen D5, C6, and I lose the game, right? Don't want to lose the game. Hungarian pastry. There he is, Nefyadov now. Exactly. Nefyadov is like he's a sugar junkie. Beer, pastries, anything with sugar in it. And what do we got here? Princess chess, king safety. Check. So we're still down a pawn? No. Yeah, we're still down a pawn. What's material when you have no king safety? Oh my god, my queen's hanging. I don't think I know what to do here. Queen d5 check, I mean g6 with tempo, and my queen has nowhere to go. So that's not an option. We have to move back to a reliable location. Queen h5 check g6. My queen is literally trapped there? Oh my god. No, I could play knight g5 check. Move 11, gifting a tier 1 sub. You're the best. I live conveniently close to the dessert shop. No more personal info leaks. I put in an offer on an apartment today. I'll probably, not get it. So I could be moving, Nefyadov. If I move, just for your information, I'm going to be really close to an excellent Belgian beer place if I get the new apartment. So keep your fingers crossed, Nefyadov. Okay, I think first priority here is, again, safety of the king. Thank you, move 11. Bishop takes f7, got you the pawn back. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have problems with counting. I forgot about that. But again, material is not important here. Lichess has stopped the anti-cheating regimen, afraid of lawsuits. What does that mean, Astrobate? Be careful, because Astrobate spreads all kinds of conspiracy theories. I wouldn't really believe anything he says. Although usually his heart's in kind of the right place. Honestly, my knight d4, is this a good move? Why the heck not? How could it possibly go wrong? I'm not even down any material. I love to hover my mouse over the resign button. I don't know, ever since Monday, and I haven't been sleeping well, I've been really, really manic. I did a chess lesson yesterday with someone new, and I think I was like, he must have thought I was on coke or something. I have terrible lag too, and that has nothing to do with my manic nature. Princess Chess, everything is okay. I don't know if I even want to take this pawn. I don't need your stinking pawn. If I take on b7, I kind of activate black's pieces to some degree. I mean, rook b8, queen takes a7. It's probably like... I'm flirting with like perpetual on my queen there. .96 check. Takes, queen takes. Should I take the pawn, rook b8? I have queen a6 actually. I am activating her rook. Alright, I'm a materialist. Do you want to take the second pawn? Speaking of, I'm a material girl. Uh-oh, cutting off my queen. No, it's giving me a new lease on life here. With queen d5. I don't want to get in time pressure necessarily. Don't really like retreating. Now I'm just equal material. Better pawn structure, but black has the bishop pair. I think it's important to strive to keep a mental tally of the evaluation of the position. I mean, am I better? Yes. Why am I better? Because of this and this and this. Knight f4. Is that a bad move? Is my queen trapped yet? Danish Gambit rules. We took out the material girl. Oh, what was that TV show? Airwolf. Wow, I haven't thought of that in a long time. Asterbate referencing Airwolf. Damn. That's old school. What could possibly go wrong here? Do you think there's any benefit in video recording a game and verbalizing your thoughts to whatever? I don't know what's wrong with me. Of course, Mr. Coffee. That sounds totally... Of course. But just most people would be too lazy to do something like that. It sounds very useful. Ooh, a knight dominating the white squares. Another female viewer crushed. Do you think recording chess lectures has helped your game? Yeah, definitely, Move 11. Definitely. Every time I would make a video, I mean, I learned something. It forces me to think deeply about specific games or specific variations, specific openings. Pacific Ocean. Queen c4. Queen c4, rook b4. She has activity, so I'm forced to retreat. That's annoying. That's alright, though. I'm just kidding. I like teasing Princess Chess. Because we have so many female viewers here. Wait, you got a draw against me last game? Are you sure? I agree with Dr. Tripchance. Oof, that was ugly. The secret to beating Princess Chess is like playing opening she doesn't know. If she gets in this sort of territory that she knows, I mean, she's like a completely different player. Alright, back to tournament. Princess Chess is no longer number 1. No longer first seed. Okay, who's left? Troll and Roll. Troll and Roll's still playing. Playing Goo. Goo, that was a Sonic Youth album. It was spelled differently. Goo. Like G-O-O. You didn't play that knight h3 thing, you played normal stuff. That was a horrible effort. So, yeah. How do you avoid that from happening in that line? Wait, what did you do wrong? Because just you played like bishop e7 before knight f6. Does that actually make a difference? Uh-oh. Troll is pretty dangerous. He's not, 1777. He's much stronger than that. So normal stuff. Oh. Right, no, it was a bishop f4 main line. I know. Yeah, the anti-chess master variation. Yeah, I like to play knight h3 and e3, knight h3. I got that from Shereshevsky. But, there's no magic bullet. I mean, black has solid options against the Budapest. I mean, white has solid options. But black has solid options in all the variations. Troll to Roll is down a piece, but he has a massive passed pawn here. I think he blundered. He has major problems with time. Lack of calculation. Too much vodka. Alright, so he goes Rolanda's chess. Okay, join. Remember, everybody, you can join the team up till halfway. I mean, you can join the tournament up until halfway through the tournament. Look at that. Troll was better until move 24. And then it started to slip away. Goo is from Hungary. Our little corner of Europe here. You don't drink vodka. Okay, Karpov. And you didn't fall and hit your head either. Karpov doesn't drink either. More TAS. Truth control. You drink Biersch. Biersch. Alright. Staparian always has long games. Play chess badly. Whoa. Oh man, Staparian has the crushing Stonewall attack. Stonewall attack. He reminds me of Mr. Slow with his time usage. Very good with the increment. Experienced blitz player. Yeah. Biersch is a kind of pear. So there's a very common palinka made from pears. I was just sort of joking. There was one of the best Hungarian online poker players, Biersch Pro. I don't know who it was, actually. I'm not sure who he is. This is years ago. Yeah, palinka is really dangerous. I try to stay away from it. Last time I drank palinka, it wasn't pretty. I got pretty drunk. And the next day's not much fun either. Alright. 2 minutes. Sparkle Horse in first place. Singularity, Mickey, World Loser, Goo, Trip Chance, Stapvargan, Dinakis, Tipu Bot, and Nefidov. Nefidov drew with Tipu Bot? No, they were late. Late is inexcusable. You were knocked down and cracked my head on the pavement. And that junkie clocked me right in the temple. You mean it wasn't even your fault? You were attacked by a junkie while drunk? You get a bye if you miss the first round, but only for the first round. I don't know, it's like an arbitrary lichess rule. That's the exact same thing that happened to Karpov. He was probably assaulted by like a junkie. Yeah. I'm trying to behave myself. The older I get to this, I know. Alright. Your ruin is here. Cheesy Noob Sumaher. Schumacher. Thanks to everyone for following. Thanks for the gift sub from Moo11. Taking the gift sub lead for the week. Be the first to donate some bits to the stream, because I basically make less than minimum wage. But I love playing chess, and I'm just here for the love of the game. Another player wants to join. Mine forever with no games. Alright, decline. Sorry guys, you have to have some games. I'm not just going to accept like random games or random accounts with no games into the team. Gina Rook, thank you. 100 bits. So, see Gina Rook at top of stream. Gina Rook, 100 bits. Bit leader. Oh god, Dr. Trip Chance already? Wow. Yeah, because he has provisional rating. Alright, I don't even know what he plays against e4, e5. Crocs. Man, I was thinking about bishop e4 here. Crack. I mean, I think it's popular in Philadelphia. Oh no. No, you don't do that. You're doing that. He's doing that. He's doing that. The draw variation. Nefidov, Mr. Neff. Elliot Ness. Elliot Nesidov. Queen e5 check? Am I supposed to play that? Oh. What do you do on like bishop d6? Bishop e2? Seriously? Okay, I guess I'm not playing bishop d6. I mean, obstructing my own stuff. is probably a bad idea. The Chinese imitation Crocs. The old ladies that work in like the restaurants and the kitchen and stuff here love those things. They always wore like slippers. The sort of babushkas who work in restaurants and stuff in supermarkets, they wear like these like plastic slippers. So when they invented Crocs, I guess it's good for like hospital workers. Too rigid, right. Hurts your feet. Like my chess style. And this is weird, dude. Just bullet chess. Just this once. I can't believe you played this variation. That's disgusting, man. Dr. Trickchance, why would you play that with white and then avoid the exchange of queens? I mean, how weird is this? He plays this like draw variation with knight takes d4, pawn takes d4, e5, and then he avoids an exchange of queens, which is like the whole point is to like get an equal endgame. Who does that? That's just very strange, and all in like 20 seconds. So basically, you don't have a prep against e5. You don't have a prep against e5? Well, if you play online chess, it's like the move that you face 9 out of 10 games. That's pretty crazy. Welcome to online chess, where 99.9 games out of 100 are e4, e5. I'm gonna start playing for a win after I get this like really boring symmetrical structure. It's kind of weird, man. Circularity. You've been following my streams for a while, just stopping by to simply say hi. Circularity, you're in this tournament, right? Yeah, thank you. Circularity was like second highest rated or something. Yeah, thanks for watching. Participation. Points for participation. So what's up with rook e1? I guess I play a5. Rook a e1, to be exact. He sees everything. Bonus points for participation. Wasn't Circularity the dude who didn't get allowed in the Sunday Simul? Maybe. Yeah. But I mean, the rules is the rules. Yeah. Yeah, I have to like keep I have to keep a limit with the simuls. Yeah, probably. He wasn't... I didn't accept him in the simul. I made exceptions for some people who were like subscribers. I think Husky last time. If you're a subscriber, I might make an exception. Draw. Such a sick position. What is going on here? Rook e7. Oh, my bishop's gonna get trapped. Uh-oh. That was a stupid mistake. Mm-hmm. D5. I had a plan. I forgot. I actually had a plan. What was it? Man, his score against me is almost 50%. Look at that. Look at that score between this game and this game. I didn't win a single time. There was a period between game 3 and game 15 where I didn't win a single game. That's pretty sick, dude. I didn't realize it was that out of control. And he's rated 2175. He should be like 2500 rapid based on his blitz rating. Okay. Biased on his blitz rating. Bishop f4. This is a weird position. Oh, this is such a weird position. Wow. What would you play here? Rook takes e7, rook takes e7. Wow. I have a crazy move in this position. Is that even legal? I forgot that you're not allowed to offer a draw before move 30. I'm going to sue lichess for that. What? Oh, you have this move. What? What? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? You have that move? I don't understand. I don't know. I know all of his moves seem to be played like super fast, and tactically he's almost perfect. I don't know how I beat him some games. So queen takes b2, I get mated. What happened? Usual payment method didn't work. You could not resub. It's okay. So what should I play here? I have no clue. I don't know. I'm like freaking out. It's pretty bizarre, you know. Really weird way to play for a win with white against a stronger player. I'll analyze this game later. Pretty strange thing. I mean, knight d4, e5, and not trade queens and play for a win in the end game. I'd be surprised if we find any single games where anyone did that. Okay. What the hell is going on? So he's like, I am strength. What? I draw? Draw? It's a miracle. Am I allowed to draw by repetition? Wow, I can do a threefold repetition on move 30. Thanks, lichess. I don't know, man. This game is so weird. You let me have a draw. I must have been lost. I don't understand. Bishop e2, so this is an actual thing. That is so strange, dude. But honestly, the only good player that ever played it once was Wei Yi back in 2014. I mean, Johnny Hector's, you know, Johnny Hector playing this for a draw against Geary. But other than that, there's hardly any games. Pragnanatha played for a draw against Ghidorah. Why would you want to like keep the queens on if you're playing this boring variation? Like, I don't get it. Why not just trade the queens with queen e2? It's so strange. Because the engine says bishop e2 is better? That's weird, man. Wow, this is theory 2. Bishop d3. Oh my god. Still he's in book. And black's slightly worse here. Honestly, Dr. Tripchance, I mean, this is a really weird variation for a player of your style to play. I mean, you're trading off both pairs of knights and then playing for a win here? I mean, for a computer, it's okay, but I don't understand how a human plays this variation. for a win with white. What did I do wrong? Rook e7 was like a bolt from the blue. I'm supposed to play b5, and I thought I was worse, but I'm not really worse. I was afraid to play b5, but I fixed his pawn structure. I was scared of rook e7. This is a huge mistake. So he could have taken on b7 apparently. Wow, bishop d2 there. And this is a double question mark. Queen f7 I was proud of. What? Rook takes rook e8. Of course. I'm an idiot. I could have done it this way. Oh. No, I saw this, but I missed this. Oh man, I have queen takes rook takes e7. That's the problem. I just didn't see I could do that. Alright, well anyway, that was like the first time I had to play that, and it wasn't pleasant. But I honestly never thought you would possibly do that. I never expected an aggressive player like you to go into that. You know, I'm afraid of like weak players playing for a draw there. People who are like 2,000 or below, but I mean relatively weak compared to my rating. I didn't think the hyper-aggressive Dr. Chipchance would play such a technical line. But anyway, basically no winning chances for black in the Petrov. Circularity's done. You can't play the Petrov for a win. I mean, game over, man. You're basically offering a draw on move 1 by playing the Petrov. Alright, Dinekis. Perfect game. Bro, what's this? They both played a perfect game. Are they still playing? What happened? It's a draw. Dinekis versus Miki. Perfect game by both sides, virtually. Wow. Wait, was that a Caro Khan? That's the other weird thing about Miki and Husky, like I was talking about. They both play the same opening. You know, everybody plays the Caro Khan. And they're both around 2,300. I would always get them confused. They also have weird names that are hard to pronounce. Alright, Stapvargan. Always has the longest games. You lost on time in a good position. Man, everybody's games are done. World Loser slimed Stapvargan. Wow, he was... Yeah, it was... Maybe... Let's see their times. World Loser still has 5 minutes at the end. Stapvargan's good in increment, though. But World Loser puts relentless pressure on you on the clock. Oh, what happened here? Oh no. He just traded queens into a losing ending. How come my, like, tournament thing won't update itself? The cross table, like, won't update itself. Okay, there it is. So there's only one game ongoing. Jeroen against Princess Chess. If I was younger and I was an actual chess player, I would never choose this line. I mean, like, honestly, yeah, I mean, I have no experience playing the black side of the four knights. Princess Chess gets the win. What was that, a closed Sicilian? Mm-hmm. Nice job, Princess Chess. Taking down our former moderator. Not very nice of you. Alright. We're gonna have to, like, come up with a women's prize or something. Oh wait, there are no prizes. Prizes for participation. Acerbate in last place. No. Edus is in last place. You play the four knights. Roy and Italian are drawn anyway. Well, yeah, the Italian game, but no, I was talking about something. Yeah, I mean draw-ish maybe. What do you mean former? Yeah, he's still a moderator. Irun is still a moderator. He still has the moderator badge. But he's not, he's not practicing. He's not a practicing mod. It's like religion. Okay. Mod, he's a Mino. It's like Trump's rhinos. Mod in name only. Another Mino. Alright. Circularity, world loser. They have to play each other. Good. Good. Glad it's not me. It's not pleasant playing either of those players. One, they're very strong. I don't know about circularity, but world loser's fast too. I'd rather just get, easy games. So, alright. We've got 2 players on perfect score. I've got 1.5, Mickey, Dinakis, and Trip Chance. As well as Nefedov creeping in with a bye. 1, 2, 3 players. How many players? 4, 5, 6, 7 players with 50%. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players with a half. The women's section. That'll be the day. I don't know why the World Senior Championship even has sections. They should just put everybody in one group. Alright. Dinakis coming off a nearly perfect game. Incredibly... He's an incredibly intuitive player. What do you play, Nydorf? How dare you play the Nydorf? If I would play, I would be lowest rated. No, I mean, there's not enough lower rated players. Nefedov won a game. Maybe next time. You might be my next opponent. Look on the bright side. I'm only one operation away. Yeah, I would easily make... I don't know, actually, Mozart. I mean, lately my performances haven't been strong enough for WGM. I think I'm FM level. WGM is a little bit stronger than FM. So I'm not sure I could make the WGM norms anymore, to be honest with you. Noir Viking. What are you referring to? Time control here is 7+5. I'm just looking at the World Senior I'm playing in Italy, where there are 4 sections: men's 50+, men's 65, women's 50, women's 65. There's hardly any women players, 20 or less. And, I mean, it just seems like it would be better just to put everybody in one big section, but whatever. Okay. Whatever, some people are for having separate women's tournaments, and some people are very against it. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence, but as far as the men's section goes, there's a lot of players in the 65 and over. But I still think that's weird, I mean, I've got a section where it's everybody's between 15 years difference. It's kind of weird, 50 to 65. That's a pretty narrow, why not 50 to 55? In poker, there's a rule that men can compete in the women's section. Speaking of poker, I was thinking of going to, I think I mentioned this in another stream, but I was thinking of going to play in the European Poker Tour, And I'm gonna miss like the senior tournament by 3 days or something. Like I won't be eligible to play in the senior event, which would be a good event because it's not that big a buy-in and lots of old people. It's great, you know. But sadly, now knight c6 in the Najdorf, not really like typical thing to do. I want to play in the senior section. Damn it. Old people still bluff, but only when they're in position. Dude, I have some friends who are old poker players. I know how old poker players play. I'm practically an expert. I am one myself, almost. There's no chess tournament, too, which sucks. They used to have chess and poker. I'm gonna miss that. Anyways, what am I doing here? Denekus is crazy. I mean, it's crazy, dude. He's 1500 in bullet. Do you let like your child play in the bullet ratings, or what is that? Valerie Frankluck got an invite to the U.S. Women's Championship. I remembered that. 22, 23, 24. Valerie Frankluck on his strength of play. How good are you, Valerie? What do you think your rating should be? Valerie. Actually, Valerie, it's a fairly common like Russian name. Valery Salov, obviously. Well, Max Dlugy was Angelina Belikovskaya. That's before your time, Mozart. There was this conspiracy theory. The first real Max Dlugy conspiracy theory. Alright, let's just do 95. Speaking of, yeah, I could try to change my sex, but I probably wouldn't be strong enough to get a WGM title. I'm hovering around like 2350, and you know I think for WGM you need to be like 2375 performances or something. I'm not quite strong enough to be a WGM these days. It seems like I'm a strong FM, but not good enough to be a WGM. Speaking of Valery Salov, or Valery Salov, he's like a conspiracy theorist. Something crazy happened to him. He became like crazy. Was a very strong player. Probably no one remembers. The guy was in the top 10 in the world. Alright. More than top 10. I mean, he was probably like number 6, and then he sort of like disappeared. That's not his daughter, Mozart. That was his niece. She was his niece. Yeah, maybe. And Jen was his niece. She was from California. Knight b8. I don't know if Valerie Franklock has children, or if it would be a good thing. Yeah, his brother or his sister had kids, and they're from California. I think he had like a brother or something. Curious Mountain Crawler subscribed to Tier 1. Thanks for figuring it out. She was a strong player. Jen Franklock. Then she totally gave up the game. Actually, she went to Boston University, so I knew her as like an alumni. I sometimes went to the chess club there when she was playing. I mean, we never had any good chess players at BU in my time there. It was very funny. And then after I graduated, suddenly there were a couple master strength players. It was really kind of ironic. No, not my classmate. I mean, she was like 3 or 4 years after me at Boston University, and it's ironic. Like, we couldn't even have a decent chess. We didn't even have like a chess team. But when I was 4 or 5 years out of graduating, they had a couple masters. So he's blockading the queen side. Yeah, this is kind of typical. Typical. I mean, Dinek it's weird, man. He's got incredibly strong play for his supposed 1,500 bullet rating, 1,800 blitz. It's creepy, dude. Creepy. Yeah, I don't have anything here. Black's fully equal. I wonder if you were friends with anyone from my high school, Kingswood, Oxford. Where was that? Where did you go to high school? Yeah, I mean, it could be, but I would, people generally, I didn't know, like, where they went to high school. Unless they were, like, my floor mates or something. If you play the London system, you'll automatically be WGM. Hartford, Connecticut. We had a lot of people from, like, Long Island, foreign people. I don't remember if there's anybody from Connecticut. One of my... Yeah, I mean, there were people from Connecticut, but I'm not sure where they went to high school. Very likely, yeah. There were people from your school. If it was a big school. Can you go to school at any age? Absolutely, Troll in a Roll. Well, I mean, like, not high school. There's this, once in a while you see a story about some, like, 30-year-old that tried to, like, attend high school or something and fool the teachers. Yeah, it seemed like there were tons of people from Long Island at BU. Night school. Night court. What am I doing? Winning? I'm trying to learn from this game I studied. I think it was called chess. Oh man, the F4 is nasty. That is a nasty concept. A5, F4, take, 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 take. Push. Oh, that's so sick. Push. There. Wow. This is going to require some calculation, boys and girls. See, he doesn't do calculation. That's the problem with not doing calculation. How can you play chess without calculation? Alright. What if I take with the pawn? F3? Well, I mean, I've got bishop h1 in a pinch. Oh, he didn't even play F3. It's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Wow. Dude, I don't understand how anyone's that fast. And he's only 1,500 in bullet. I do have h4, I guess. Jesus Christ. And how can you be that fast without calculating? Godin was relatively slow. I don't know, man. GED papers? Yeah, equivalency. So he just hung a piece. I mean, has to play the other move. Unbelievable. The GED is the same as a high school degree, I guess. Not that I have one. Danek has sadly played a great game and then just simply stopped calculating. It's not even blindness. You're not even looking. It's amazing that he goes as far as he does without calculating anything. She didn't want to go to college, though. Apparently she didn't want to go to high school either. That's ironic. Speed is the important thing, especially in 7+5 time controls. Our main focus should be on moving fast. Nobody listens to me. I don't know why I even bother turning on my stream. I think the problem is certain people, they always play the same time control, whatever it is, 3-0. Asterbate, who doesn't look at the clock. I love Asterbate, but I mean, he seriously plays chess without looking at the clock. If you play only 3.0, you have this built-in time use that you use, and you don't adapt to different time limits. I'm totally done against World Loser, because he's super fast and strong too. He's like Dinekis but stronger. Okay, he's playing now against Circularity. I've got to really be sharp. See, Circularity's down to 41 seconds, but he's winning. So I guess I'm not going to play World Loser. World Loser has beaten him. They've played before. Interestingly, not on the stream tournaments. They had played once before. Interesting. I didn't sleep well the last week, so I'm dyslexic and stupid. I'm not in any condition to play against World Loser. That's what I'm saying, Bijak. He didn't trade queens there. But I looked it up, and there's a couple games, Pragnanatha did that. The computer says bishop e2 is a better move than queen e2. So I guess Pragnanatha and whoever, Wei Yi, looked at the engine analysis and saw it's a better move. Okay, the computer says play bishop e2. But it's sort of why play the variation at all in the first place if you're gonna... This is over. Why would you play that variation at all if you're not gonna trade queens? The point of the variation is draw with white. Play chess badly. Yeah, Mickey's very strong, and he's won these tournaments a couple times. 87 to 86. Phillies or Astros? Gotta root for the Phillies, I guess. Yesterday's World Series game was rained out. I was sad. I was playing poker Saturday night and they didn't want to watch baseball. Those Hungarian friends of mine wouldn't let me watch baseball. Alright. Actually, I don't think it was on TV. You probably have to have like a subscription to something. Wait, I don't get it. Are the Phillies cheating? Were the Phillies accused of cheating? Jesse, bro? They've been stealing signs or something? The Astros cheat. Ah. Oh yeah, of course. Like Hinchman was their former manager was suspended for a while. Fastball, softball. Hansing. Chase. Yeah, having serious dementia. Baseball is hard to enjoy. Admittedly, you know, you got to kind of be into it. It's hard for people to pick it up. I, for example, like I can't get into cricket. I mean, I'm not gonna like lie. All right. You know, you grow up with something. I don't think that baseball's the most exciting sport to watch, but if you're intimately involved in the game like I was, then it's a passion. Alright, circularity, perfect score. Mickey, myself, Dr. Trip Chance with 2.5, for loser, Cheesy Noob, Sumaher, Stavargan, all with 2, Dinekis, Nefidov, gonna need to catch up to me, or I'm gonna have to uncatch up. Eurodin with 1.5, Princess just lost. Oh, the epic battle. Princess just got mated by Cheesy Noob. I called this battle in the beginning. Cheesy Noob busting the... Oh no, I said Gina versus Cheesy Noob, wasn't it? Maybe that was it. But Cheesy Noob busting the 3 inaccuracy, 29 CPL King's Gambit with... No, it wasn't a King's Gambit. This is... Oh my god, it's the Stonewall. Ugh. That's gross. I don't think even Stavargan plays D4, Knight F6, F4. Disgusting. Ugh. Correspondence baseball. Yeah, no, cricket is slow, yeah. I can't watch it. Okay, it is a lot slower than baseball. You know what's funny? Like, this summer, we have a lot of foreigners in Budapest now, and more people from, like, India. And I went in the Central Park and in the city, and there were these like Indian guys, or Pakistani, I assume, from India. They were set up and they were like playing cricket in the middle of the park in Budapest. I thought that was it was really bizarre. I was like, wow. It's not every day you like walk in the Central Park in Budapest and see people playing cricket. All right, apparently that's Peter Spidler's favorite sport. He makes everybody aware of that. Did Spidler like immigrate from Russia, or is he still in Russia? I had this weird sensation he was playing in Israel or something, and I thought maybe it would, you know, as a professional chess player, it would probably be a good move at this point to like immigrate from Russia to Israel, if you're Jewish in particular. If you want to keep playing in international tournaments, someone like Spidler, it wouldn't be surprising if he emigrated. Yeah, he can pair up with like Ilya Smirin and have misogynistic streams. Just kidding. Little misogynistic joke there. Ilya Smirin got in trouble with Fiona. I'm not gonna play. I can't play e5 anymore. We can't play e5. After Dr. Tripchance, I'm like, okay, e5 is over. Why does Swidler act more British than Russian? It's a good question. And why does he have this like love for cricket? Isn't that kind of weird for a Russian guy? Yeah, he has like the British accent. He learned to speak English in a British way, and he likes cricket. So what's up with that? Maybe he just like had a, English. He learned English from a very British speaker. As far as I know, he's never lived in the UK or anything like that. I will say though, like I met him relatively early on, around 1994, when he was quite young. I mean, in his like, he must have been about 20. No, that's wrong. Is that right? Is he that old? Well, anyway, no, he's probably even younger, maybe 19, 18. But he was dude, he doesn't have a British accent, Toronto roll, but he speaks with a British style. Absolutely, like he does. He speaks English like he was taught by British speakers. Not American. There's a difference between British English and American English. He might have literally like a British accent, but I mean he definitely speaks English like he was taught English at a British school or something like that. There's a very like strong distinction. Yeah. But how do you develop like an official, obsession with cricket? Bishop g5. Wow, we never get anyone like theoretical enough to play a proper rouser. The Varga Zoltan Tourney played this. God, man, I don't know. Speaking with a British-like accent. Confuse the guy who plays Queen d3. Who plays Queen d3? Tolnai Tibor? Vargazoli? Only Hungarians. That's something you won't see every day. It's just like a subtly different move. Euro-Asian English speakers. Now that's something you hear every day. He was taught English by M16 agents. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's a spy. He's a British spy. Counter spy. He blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Let's start a conspiracy theory. Peter Swidler is responsible for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline. You heard it first here. We knew the English were responsible. But who knew that it was Peter Swidler? That's the latest thing. The Russians are accusing the English of being involved. Now come on, seriously. As if the English had the capability to do something like that. Just a little American English joke. I'm still salty about the revolution. There was this thing on my phone. You know how you get random advertisements on. You get the random advertisements on Facebook for just some groups like that you don't even know. It was like British historical Facebook group or something, and it was like they were celebrating the birth date of some British general Collingwood, who was like I don't know, at the Battle of Bunker Hill or whatever, and all this other stuff. They're like, hurrah for Britain. I was thinking, like, man, you know, whatever. You guys lost the Revolutionary War. I mean, whatever. Like, who's running around like, hurrah for this guy who fought in the Revolutionary War on the British side? Like, nice, okay? He's definitely, what a hero. You have better chips. We don't even have chips. We have French fries. People are like, well, chips are chips, you know, chips are, like, literally chips of pieces of chips. They're like, oh, that's a dried potato chip. They do have better chips. French fries. Okay, you win. I just thought it was amusing that in this day and age, people on Facebook are like, oh yes, General Collingwood from the Revolutionary War, he was such a hero. American Civil War is overrated. You don't hear much about the Revolutionary War anymore. I grew up in a place, though, that was pretty relevant historically. General Washington marched through the main streets when they crossed the Delaware River. Washington crosses the Delaware. Alright. Well, maybe we should just play b5. I'm like bantering about, yeah, the Boston Tea Party. You know, you don't hear the British like talking about the Revolutionary War, like, oh man, we were really, yeah, remember those days? That was great. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like manic and crazy. Boston Tea Party. Now we have like probably more taxes than England does. So the Boston Tea Party really made a big difference, you know. Get rid of those taxes. Even England wants to, even the English want to like put huge taxes on petroleum. British Petroleum posted a huge profit this quarter, and the British government, or you know, UK government wants to tax these companies for overcharging for oil and whatever. And I like how the Republicans in the US are like against it. I mean, they're like trying to campaign on the economy. Yeah, windfall tax, exactly. So in the US, like the Republicans are trying to campaign on the economy, that the Democrats, you know, are ruining the economy, everybody's hurting, and they're like not in favor of Biden proposing like a windfall tax on big oil, because they're in bed with all of these like oil companies. The Republicans are such hypocrites. The oil companies are just totally ripping everybody off, like worldwide. So what do we got here? It's like a queen b6 Sicilian. I mean, they're basically, also with food, like all these big corporations, they're covering like their price their cost rises, and they're still increasing prices for stuff like food and petroleum. They're just like blindly ripping people off across the board. Of course there should be like windfall taxes for petroleum companies. They're taking advantage of people. It's like there's a hurricane and you raise the prices, you know, on gas while you're trying to escape from the hurricane. Just price gouging. G4, very aggressive. I should answer G4 in the center. Correct. B4 first, and then D5. Yeah, man, I mean, Iran, at the bottom of it, is just like discontent with people. It's not only about human rights, but I think, you know, obviously like general discontentment with the economic situation in Iran. They're basically mismanaging the economy. It's totally corrupt, like Hungary. Like most countries that are corrupt. Alright. Oh man, do you know that like in Hungary we pay something like 5 times? Hungary agreed to a deal where we're paying like 5 times the going rate for natural gas with Russia. 5 times? Something insane. Like Orban made some deal with Putin that we pay 5 times higher than the going rate. Is that like normal? I mean, seriously? Hungary has the highest cost for natural gas of any country in the EU. Because we're such good friends with Putin. He'll hook us up with a good deal. I guess all the money just like goes in somebody's pocket, you know. Probably like half of it goes in the pockets of Russians and half of it in the pockets of like corrupt politicians here. They're happy to overpay as long as they get to put the extra money in their pocket, you know. In return, no tanks in the street. Yeah, I'm sure the Russians, you know, would roll over Hungary in like 5 seconds. We're definitely not going to put up resistance. We have a nuclear deal with Hungary. They're building or rebuilding our nuclear power plant here, Pach 2. They could have done a deal with like a French company, but the Russians offered like a cheaper deal with more corruption, so they went for that. Rook F2. I was looking at knight B4. Yeah, of course. I posted on Facebook yesterday about Karpov. The Russian news, said that nothing happened, Karpov's fine. He was like A, like attacked, or B, like had cracked his head in a drunken stupor, and was in like a medically induced coma. And then like an hour later, the official Russian news agency reported that he had no injuries and he was fine. I was joking about that at the start of the stream. They even have disinformation for mundane events, like Karpov hitting his head while drunk. It's freaking crazy, man. Send it to the disinformation department. What do you mean? It's just Karpov. Who cares? Do it anyway. Okay. We make up a story. I don't know what to do. D5. Oh yeah, definitely. Although I never knew personally, I didn't know Karpov was a big drinker or something. I had never... You know, Karpov isn't like renowned for his drinking, although he looks pretty paunch, and you know, he's got a big paunch. He's gotten really fat. Fat cats, you know, probably tend to overdo it, so... It was a slow day at the propaganda factory, exactly. Wow. What am I doing? Delicious. Nutritious. Highly toxic. Wow. Circulation. Classic Najdorf double pawn sack. Probably doesn't work. What am I doing? Where am I? Is my name Anatoly Karpov? Gotta have something here. Knight takes. Queen takes. Whatever. Your other knight. Bishop f4? Are you serious? He sees everything. Knight e7 and just win the c-pawn. I like to do things the hard way. I still think we're fine. Feugl would love this. Whoa. Yeah, he blundered. He's got so many loose pawns. But, you know, probably and usually Mozart is right. I was talking too much. But if you thought e5 seemed off, okay, not just my d5. You thought e5 was off? I didn't think about knight e7. It felt... Oh yeah, I mean this is a subtle move. Like I don't think I've ever played a move like that in the black side of a Sicilian. Literally knight e7. Honestly, Mozart, I don't recall like in my life ever maneuvering knight e7 in a Scheveningen type of structure like this. I have literally never ever in my life played that move. That's the typical kind of like patient move that the computer might find. Good idea. If I was really relaxed and creative, I might find that move. But I'm looking for the like forcing line. So I was actually worse after my double pawn sack. But it's playable. I thought he was going to play bishop takes e4. Is there some problem with that? It's playable. Yeah, I was looking at bishop f4. I almost blundered. So when he takes with the queen, I mean, he's defending f4 and he's got that. So what was I going to do? I was going to do knight e7 and just lose immediately to bishop f4. I saw knight e7 a little too late there. So after this, he should go back, keep the bishop. I can take on c3, but I'm still down a pawn, right? I've sacked 2 pawns. I mean, look at his pawns. He's all strung out all over the place, but it says white's just a pawn up. Actually, almost losing material here. White does have 2 connectors, which could be dangerous later on. Knight e7, g6 does happen occasionally. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but maybe you've seen it. You play the Najdorf, right? I never play the Najdorf. I mean, maybe it happens in the Najdorf. Okay, not a perfect game, but it was interesting. Queen d3. I've never had this position with the queen on d3 before. Only on d2. I figured I can play it. I'm not real well focused today. Didn't sleep well, and I have bad concentration. Need to increase the medication, I think. They need to increase my medication. Been getting really manic this week. Trip Chan's still playing. Wow, tough game. Uh-oh. Knight g3 check? Say what? Oh. Oh, that knight g3 check. Okay, so Dr. Trip Chan's losing. He's down a bishop. Although all of white's pawns are in the wrong color. Wow, holy crap. 2 pawns for a bishop. Jeez. It's a draw? I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably a draw. But I'm actually not sure. Maybe it's not. I think that black messed up. He should have got his bishop to the b1, h7 diagonal. He needs to put the bishop so it like blockades h7. I figure it's kind of like a draw. But now it looks like black's losing. Queen d3 is a sideline, I know. And I never really understood the finesses of that, to be honest. As I mentioned like during the broadcast, that move was popularized by early games by some Hungarians. I'm not sure like who started it. Wow, black's actually coming back now. Oh my god, what happened here? Mickey's gonna win. I thought he was lost. How did this happen? What just happened here? Wow. There's no way White is losing this position. He could have gone after this pawn. Wait, what's the move now? Take, king h7. So king e5 has to be okay. But how did it go? King here, bishop h5. King here. Yeah, that's definitely a mistake. So if you go after the pawns with king d6, I mean, is it a draw? Or is like white better? Is the question. Damn, it's a draw, it looks like. But I mean, you were virtually winning. I thought black actually misplayed it, but maybe not. I thought he should have gotten his bishop to this diagonal, put his bishop on h7. Turns out what he did was okay, though it looks scary as heck. Yeah, king e5 is even better. There's no way you can lose after king e5. You're playing for a win. White's playing for a win. That was tragic. I've got to play Mickey, Singularity, and Stapvargan. Cheesy noob. There's always a chance like colors will mess up the pairings, but presumably me against Mickey, Circularity, Stapvargan, Cheesy noob is 2.5, Trip Chance, World Loser, Dineka back, and Princess Chess leading the 2-point group. Thanks everybody for playing. We will be back tomorrow morning, hopefully. Who else we got here? Troll in a roll with 2. Nefedov dropped out. Brony's back. What about T-Bot? T-Bot got a forfeit win against Hunter 1998. I'm sorry, T-Bot. Gina Rock. Goo dropped out. Asterbeat got himself a point. Asterbeat beat T-Bot. Played just badly with 1. You needs me a bye. You get a bye, you have 2 points, Asterbait. Not bad. Alright, 3 rounds to go. I figured the tournament will last about another hour. Approx. He dropped out after flagging me 2 pawns down. That destroys your tie breaks too. That's bad enough, you know, like somebody leaves, but someone that you lost to ruins your tie breaks. Dude, that sucks. Oh, the Caro-Kann, right. I hate the Caro-Kann. Because the only good variation against the Caro-Kann seems to be the advance, and that requires like time and patience and actual like knowledge. I've given up on playing, and the two knights is like kind of lame, honestly. So all that's left to play is the Panov. Oh, he's playing my song. My favorite variation. Now everybody plays it. I don't remember if we had it before. But I've had this against tons of people. I played this position with both colors. If you lose to someone that leaves, it doesn't ruin your tiebreak because you don't get tiebreak points. If you beat someone who leaves, then that does ruin tiebreaks. Oh. Argue with an arbiter, and they'll drag you down to their level. Right. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I had a draw with somebody where we did the repetition. This is a weird move. Knight takes c3? That's not usual. Why? Why? Ask why. You're trying to play knight a5. I remember a friend of mine from Romania Alex Manea had a game like this in the tournament we played in like 4 years ago. He beat someone nicely. Maybe it was a Panov. So black's threatening knight a5. Is that a problem? That's a weird exchange. You know, you protect your knight on d5 and then you trade it off. Things that make you go, So basically the point is to like force an exchange of bishops, or what? You're gonna force me to exchange the bishop? I guess here? I don't want to trade your bad bishop off, bro. Now if bishop a3, you can't castle. How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel? Queen b4, anyone? Does it make you angry? Things are getting weird. The weird and wonderful world. Oh, okay. He's played the whole game in 13 seconds. Bullet question mark. How you living? Cash poor. Bishop e7. d5. Now you tell me. Now you tell me about it. I could use a sub. This guy came on my stream the other day, some troll, and he was like, "Oh, if you shout out my name, I'll donate $5." Dude, whatever. Alright. No. I work for minimum wage. Totally. Why don't I just play c4? Get it while it's hot. This is not strictly a cheapo. I mean, I just don't want to have a backward pawn. I'm not trying to play some kind of cheapo on the diagonal here. Maybe I can't calculate because I'm like sleep deprived this week, but positionally I don't want to be backward on the c file. Of course we want a sub. Tier 3. So what's the problem? The problem is I can't freaking calculate. Rook d bishop a4. That's the thing. It's like an odd square to go to. Alright, keep the tension. Your prime comes on tomorrow, okay. Yeah, I stream most days, just not Saturdays. You know, same thing happened to me the other day. I wanted to use my prime sub, but I was like, it wasn't coming up for a couple days. Thank you. Vicky is a good player, though he didn't play this opening correctly. It doesn't make sense to play e6. You know, you see how he played e6 here, which is a line that I've played, and then trade your knight on c3. Like, why would you support your knight on d5 and then trade it off on the next move? It's illogical. It's illegal. So, rook c1, knight e5. Ooh, that was quick. By the way, Goichberg says hi. Shit. Really? Tell him I want my half entry fee back for the time that I got food poisoning in the first round. No, that's alright. I'll forgive him for that. Really? You talked to Goichberg? Oh, I guess you guys have the tournament directorship in common. The Sovereign Brotherhood of Tournament Directors. It's like the Masonic Lodge for chess tournament directors. Yeah, he actually wasn't even there. No, I mean, I don't know, man. His wife died. His wife died like last year, and I imagine he's getting up there. Dude, she was weird. This woman was like, she was like a mortician, or she like worked on like worked at a funeral parlor to like take care of the dead bodies or whatever. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you call that? Like what is the word for that? Someone who operates on the dead bodies at the funeral home. I think I'll marry a taxidermist. She was kind of creepy. Yeah, no, I mean, Goich must be pretty old. Like a romantic wedding to a mortician. She takes care of me. She takes good care of me, especially after I'm dead. But he must be like 70s, early 70s. He ran a lot of chess tournaments in the US. But anyway, probably not the same now that the mortician has left. Oh, she was from your your area, I think, like Pennsylvania. There was something else about her that was interesting. I forget what it was. That's Warren Zevon trolling a roll. Trolling a roll is into like 70s, early 70s rock. I have that like Warren Zevon compilation. You're probably like acerbate. What were we talking about the other day? Oh, Billy Squire. That was it. I hadn't heard the name Billy Squire since acerbate brought it up. Knight e5. Can that be a bad move? Do I actually have a good position? What's my opinion about chess knight 60? I'm really bad at chess knight 60 openings, but my opinion about it is that it's cool. I like it. I play it sometimes. I don't feel like I like it as much as regular chess because I'm just not as good at it. But someone was mentioning this weird thing about chess knight 60 that at the chess knight 60 tournament or championship or whatever, like they're hosting chess knight 60, and then you're playing like 4 games from one position. You're playing this match in chess knight 60, and like 4 of the games are in one position. That does seem kind of weird, doesn't it? I don't know. Is it a nursery rhyme? But Billy Squire was like a late 70s, early 80s rocker. But Asterby brought him up, and I hadn't thought about it since like 1983. My opinion about chess knight 60 is that it's useful. Like, unlike most chess variants, which I think could be like, they might even be like destructive to your chess game. It seems like chess knight 60 is actually constructive. It's really good for understanding coordination. Bishop d7. Knight g4. Then there. You would think I was winning here. You would think. One would think. Try thinking. d6. The problem is, it's crazy, but he has knight g4, queen g7, and I have no forced win that I can see. I'm just assuming this will improve my attacking chances here. Assume nothing. Right. Do I have c5? Doesn't seem to work. Do I have... a double attack? Do I have knight g4? He resigned. He resigned. But is it really resigns time? I mean, you have to take on d6. Premature resignation? Against me it is. Okay, queen takes d6. Now, I was going to play rook d1. I wasn't sure about c5. Yeah, I would have done this, and then queen e7, and then knight g4. Yeah, this was my line, e5. But the problem is, this, I thought he has bishop e6. Now you have to find rook f5 or something like that. That's weird. Alright, whatever. Yeah, it looked like black messed up the opening. Circularity versus Stapvargan. Stapularity. Circuvarden. Stapularity versus Circuvarden. Circuvarden. Hello? Oh no. This reminds me of how I lost with white against Stapvargan, honestly. Stapvargan, what happened to Stapvargan here happened to me against him the other day, where I was like overextended with white. Oh, this is worse though. This is worse. Stapvargan played the dragon against me. Don't tell me this is a stonewall attack. It is too. But black didn't play d5. Yeah, we've had games like this. So circularity is a tempo up in a Austrian variation of the Pierz, man. That's no good. Stapvargan can't play e4 here. It's just you're playing a tempo down. I mean, it's not exactly an Austrian variation because the knight's not on c3, but it can't be right. Speaking of too many holes. Oh, Princess Chess against Troll in a Roll. Be careful, because Troll in a Roll is really a woman pretending to be a guy. He doesn't want anyone, I mean, she doesn't want anyone to reveal her little secret. The most protected secret on the internet in the chess world. Alright. King f3. He uses reverse psychology to hide his identity. Oh, this doesn't look good. Woman, Life, Country. That's the last game, though. We've got two others. Brony is back. The bullet phenom known as Brony. And there's another game. Wow. Where's the other game? It says 3. How's that 3 games? That's 2 games. That is 2 ongoing games. How do you figure that's 3? There's a bug in lichess. Now it says 2. This is not good. Stapvargan is just destroyed here. Stonewall attack transposing to Austrian down tempo. World loser creeping up on the scoreboard to 3.5. I'm going to have to play him because there's simply no one left. We've got to play world loser next game. I could play Stapvargan. I haven't played him yet, but presumably world loser. T-Bot Poo with 2.5. Dinakis. Man, I should get me a beer. I forgot I wasn't teetotaling this week. Last week I like put myself on alcohol banishment because I was bad. Give the liver a regeneration period. But this week is different. We can drink a beer. Thanks everyone for playing. I like this time control. This is like my stream time control. I hate 3-second increments. I like 5. Mr. Neff. Do you know Mr. Neff? You might meet him at a weekend tournament in the UK. One of the few people that I've met in real life. Alright. The real world. I feel like I know all of you. You played him before. Really? A lot of time to talk without... I mean, this is the longest troll has gone without getting, like, timed out, right? Speaking of which... You met Arkle? Yeah, I like Hebden. He's my buddy. But we haven't seen each other in years. The last time we were together, we had Indian food. Mark actually had a really nice game at the European team. What was it? European Team Championship? Or was it World Team Championship? Or maybe it was European Senior. It was like European Senior? Does that sound right? No, in Hastings. I like Mark a lot. He's a good guy. Been a great player. We played a couple times. But some guy was like looking for my games with Hebden, and I've got them like I don't know where. He's making a collection of Hebden's games, but Hebden played a really nice game last week. It was in somebody's Facebook feed. He had a beautiful like attacking position. It was like a puzzle. Something recent from like last week. Some team championship. I don't know what it was, like European Senior Team Championship or something. That awful Nigel Short. Who likes him? I can't believe Nigel Short and what's his name? Yeah, I detest Nigel. But I respect him as a chess player, you know. I respect him as a chess player. Alright, you know, you don't have to, like, cancel someone's art because they're, like, disgusting. Alright, cancel culture. I'm not on board, you know, fully on board with cancel culture. We can still respect Nigel Short as a chess player, despite being a... I don't know what the proper adjective to describe Nigel Short is. Arrogant prick. Alright. But e4. Of course, he's like better than maybe like Elon Musk by a small margin. World loser, another Najdorf. I really gotta start mastering this variation. I'm getting old, and when you get old, you gotta start playing like positional lines. Maybe I have to give up playing the Sozin. G3 variation is Alexander Ivanov, one of my biggest mentors in chess. This is like his bread and butter for years and years and years. I don't know if Mozart is still here, but it's such an innocuous seeming variation, but Ivanov would just like destroy people with this line. At least those below the Grandmaster level. It's a positional variation. Some people misplay it though. Alright. This is very similar to the game I was looking at recently. Now, he played h6. I don't think it's necessary. Of course, we had an earlier game here. Castle early and often. Who said that? Who cares? C4? Yeah, of course. I mean, it's almost identical to the other game. What about whose wife? Well, it's pretty close to the game with the Neckis, isn't it? It's like the same exact position, except for h6. Rook c8. The ambulance? Fear not. The ambulance cometh. But not for thee. Thou art just a noob. Modern Shakespeare. Shakespeare for Dummies. But it seems like World Loser has a good grasp of what he's doing here, basically. Unfortunately for me. Grasping at straws. Well, might as well play f3 at this point. I'm just pretending I'm playing the King's Indian now. Does World Loser play the black side of the King's Indian? Funny, isn't it? How all these openings like transform. Transformers. I was just kidding about that kingside thing. His goal is to have more time than he started with. That's obviously the most important factor. Risk assessment. Gun ambulance. King's Indian or Najdorf? Bishop g7. Okay, well, like, fortunately there's nothing on that diagonal. That's good. You might want to play this, I guess. Yeah, things could get pretty crazy here. I had queen b1 in the other game. Wow, he did that. I have to go here. He couldn't play knight d3 without hanging b6. So I have knight b5, rook b1, and other cool stuff. It's totally a King's Indian. It's so weird. Master had that move. Oh, yeah. Mozart is going to remember Clifford, our friend Clifford. Clifford the big red dog. Oh no. See, that's the square that you don't want that to happen. A knight to get the c6. In the King's Indian or the knight, or for that matter. We were definitely aiming at that square. Cliff-isms. So I could play a5 here. It's positional. Like, what other move do I have? Bishop takes? Knight takes rook. Oh, knight takes rook. I guess that's better. Probably best to take the exchange and not screw around. It's better not to be too fancy. This pawn. You are attacking my rook. You are a noob. Pawn takes b6. Knight takes b4, pawn takes c7. So I think we can do this. World Loser might want to think about, like, at least using a little bit of time on his moves in the future. He's definitely lost here. The trash compactor is kind of like a little bit held up at the moment. The compactorisms. We got plenty of time. B7, nope. Alright, how do I do this again? The compactor? C5? Unleashing another? No, C5 is bad. C5 is bad. Definitely bad. We have to get in there. Occupy Wall Street. Black's, it's pretty hard for him to generate any counterplay here. You're going to have to leave now. We are sorry to see you leave, sir. Sire, sir. Sire Milas. There is no counterplay. You are not allowed to have counterplay. Goodbye. Wow, he just forgot. I would like to trade queens. Do you mind? Would you mind trading queens? You would. Clean win. But, you know, World Loser, obviously, you know, he's gambling by playing ridiculously fast. Once in a while it works, and I throw my computer out the window on tilt. Mr. Coffee, what was that? This is probably my best game of today. I actually started to play reasonably solid game. 2 inaccuracies. Almost lost my advantage at one point. Cliff would call a foul. You spent too much time at Harvard Square. That's funny. Maybe he played basketball. I don't know. I mean, basketball is the only sport where you're like calling fouls, isn't it? I mean, I guess like a red card in football is the same thing, but all right. What's that? Circularity? What? This is like last round. Why am I looking at last round? We all have our vices. Absolutely. Beer, anyone? Yeah. Is this the up-to-date cross table? Okay. So the only one I haven't played is Sapphire amongst the leaders. Cheesy Noob. Phew. Cheesy Noob has a bad bishop. Yeah, he usually likes knights better than bishops. It's actually... T-Bot is a genius. I mean, getting Cheesy Noob into a position where you have a knight versus his bishops, that's hard to do. You know, Cheesy Noob prefers knights to bishops. So you basically, like, destroyed him psychologically by getting this position in the first place. Gina's only problem seems to be with like time, you know. She's often running out of time, and that's actually not a bad thing. You know, I think most people put too much emphasis on time, and time is more important than the position. Time is important, but it's nice to see someone who doesn't worship time. What did the ninja say about f4? Yeah, so knight c3 was a blunder, apparently. Mozart. Yeah, it just seemed like a normal move. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from f4 because I was doing some lessons recently. This is the wrong game. I was doing some lessons recently where we were talking about pawn majorities. I actually did a video on a game, I think. And I was trying to stay away from, you know, attacking the head of the pawn chain and playing on the queen side. But every time I keep running into this like fixed structure. If I play a4, if I play c4, they play a5, and it's like locked. So I don't know how to keep it more fluid on the queen side. But anyway, yeah, it looked like the computer didn't like my move. Oh, it's when I brought the knight back to c3. Wait. It was when I brought the knight back to c3? It didn't like it? But you're maybe talking about a different position? Oh, you mean here? Like, I had kind of like told myself I was never going to do this in this game. I was completely focused on the queen side. Obviously, it activates his pieces, like in a King's Indian. You know, the e file, the bishop on g7. You're talking earlier, okay. It might even be a move here, though, ironically. You know, like take, and d6 is under pressure. Nah. It's not enough. He's got that protected. Okay, you're talking about earlier. Okay. So, where were we? Ron Burnett. Oh, that's interesting. So we played a Ron Burnett game. I like Ronald's style, by the way. I don't know if you ever played Burnett, Mozart, but Ron was a good player, or is. I mean, he's still around, but I don't know if he plays anymore. He has a good style. I mean, he's very positional. Really nice kind of Nimzovician positional style. E takes d, bishop e7, c4, and then a5, and now I played knight c3. I'm not sure about c4, to be honest with you. I think we should probably start here. I was thinking about a5, actually, with white to play that, but I don't know. What's the best move in this position? I literally considered a5. Obviously, like, a5, b5, probably. The other day I saw a similar position where someone played f4, but I think it's strategically dangerous. Though every position is different. Here the engine actually likes it. World Loser made a big mistake playing h6. I mean, he does not need to spend time on that move in this line. h6 weakened his position and cost him a tempo. Flagged again. Gina Rook, he'll get faster, but better that you focus on quality rather than speed. You're in the intelligent minority. So c4, a5, and now f4. Interesting. c4, a5, and I played knight c3. Yeah, the computer says my move's okay. But, you know, there is the possibility of going f4. Playing on your opponent's stronger side, sort of, theoretically. But I think this opens up a big can of worms and a big discussion about, like, should we attack the enemy strong point? Maybe I don't have an option here. I'm playing for b4 again. I played for b4 again, and I won the game in similar fashion to the other one, but I'm not sure it's best. It's an interesting discussion point, Mozart, strategically, like how we should handle the structure. I'm new to playing g3 against the Najdorf. I never played it, so all I can do is like borrow my experience playing kind of like King's Indian type of structures there. But just watching Ivanov like destroy people in those lines, man, over the years. And I saw a recent game that was really nice. With knight e2, f4, right. If he ever takes an f4, knight d4 becomes available. Exactly. You know, that specific position where his white squared bishop is gone. You know, I mean, he did something we didn't talk about, and I had this discussion with one of my students last week. When I go knight d5, should black take with the knight or with the bishop? Princess chess. Oh no. Princess chess with a good game against the evil Brony. And she blundered. Wow. Well, what's up? Oh, queen takes f4, dropping the queen. Oh man, I have trouble with knight on h6 as well, Princess chess. Last time I did that. Yeah, exactly. You had to study lines a lot because of Ivanov and Kudrin. Yeah, did Kudrin play it as well? I wonder, like, Sergei played other stuff too. I think he played the Sozin as well. He probably saw Ivanov, like, dusting people with that and actually, like, borrowed it from him. I imagine. Yeah, Kudrin is a weird player. You know, it's funny, he used to play the Joko when no one else would play the Joko Pianissimo. I have a terrible score against Kudrin. I never beat him once. Alright, Spider's fast rapid. Against Kudrin, my score is like 2 draws and 4 losses or something. I have like 1 out of 6 or something. Maybe I have 2 draws and 4 losses. Yeah, it's horrible. I have the feeling he probably borrowed that from watching Ivanov kill people. I feel like, I can't remember now what he did against the Najdorf, but he's so good at both sides of Sicilian. That's his wheelhouse, you know. Cheesy Noob. Our final opponent. I like Kudrin's style too. He's playing the same thing again. Screw that, man. Is there a way to like punish f4 more violently? I think we could try, but I'm not necessarily going to be successful. I mean, you can play c5. Yeah, I was happy when Kudrin like moved to New England because it brought another good player to the area, and we were fortunate in the area to have so many strong players. He was like living somewhere else, I guess. Actually, that's a weird question. Where did he used to live before he moved to Connecticut or whatever? Come to think of it. Where the heck did Kudrin live before he lived in Connecticut? He basically lived most of his life in the United States. He was like born in Russia, but he came as a teen or a youth the United States. He lived most of his life in the United States from a very early age, but I don't know where he lived before he moved to New England relatively late, you know. Where the heck did he live before that? He wasn't like in California. That's a weird question. Maybe he just lived in New York City or something. I don't know. But I like Sergey. He's kind of, you know, aloof, but actually he's pretty nice. I met him last, I don't know, I must have seen him at Foxwoods or something back in like 2006. He's a classy guy. Actually, his good friend, Gregory Markson, is playing in the World Senior Championship with me in Italy. Not with me, I mean, we're both in the list, you know. But I was surprised to see Markson in the list and not Kudrin. They would go together to like tournaments in New England, and Sergey could definitely play in the World Senior. I mean, I guess it's not interesting from a competitive standpoint, but there's a lot of GMs, and there's none from the U.S. There's like 15 Grandmasters in the World Senior Championship players list, and nobody from the U.S. I'm the highest rated player. I'm leading the American team in the World Senior. Well, maybe the Grandmasters wait until the last minute to enter, but actually, that's not a good idea because there's going to be a problem with place to stay. The entry deadline was like 2 weeks ago. But I know Markson is like his best friend. I'm the highest rated American player to some other guy I never heard of anyone. Any chance you can look at some of the games after? Depends on what we're being bribed with. Beer, alcohol, candy, real estate, bits. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe, maybe we can go over a couple games. Gina Rook. You're the highest unrated player in the room. It costs $400 according to Asterbait to join FIDE. Maybe that's some new program I haven't heard about. He fell quite a bit. 2402 FIDE. Yeah, but I mean everybody does. First of all, the older players naturally fall down, but I also think there's a rating. Like, there's a rating deflation going on that a lot of people don't really understand. I mean, dude, I know a player, I'm not going to name names, who was formerly, like, close to 2,600, who's, like, 2,250 now. And he's not, like, he hasn't had a stroke or, you know, hit his head falling down drunk on the Moscow pavement. This guy was like 2585 max, and he's down to like 2275 now, and he's not that old. I think the thing is, you got to understand with the ratings is the FIDE including, you know, ratings down to whatever, is starting to have a real effect. I mean, there are like Indian players who sign up, play tournaments, they're rated 1200 and their strength is like 2000. Ask Keith Arkle about it, you know. Arkle's constantly like complaining about underrated players and stuff. It's crazy, man. You know, play in the first Saturday, play some Indian player rated like 1800. They'll probably like win the IM group. For a Grandmaster to stay over 2400, you know, I think a Grandmaster now who's 2400 would have been like 2500 10 years ago, objectively. I'm like 2350, but my strength hasn't fallen off that much. I've lost 50 points basically due to deflation. I would argue my natural strength was closer to 2400, and I haven't gotten weaker. I would argue that I've lost 50 points because of rating deflation. It's not that I've gotten weaker. I stay pretty active. I'm not senile or anything. I'm pretty feisty. I mean, I admit that, like, I've given away some draws to little kids where I just kind of felt sorry for them. There was this one cute little kid from, like, India that I played, and he was literally, like, looking at me, like, smiling, and I just couldn't even, like, you know, it was, like, heartbreaking to even think of beating him. You know, I was just kind of like, all right, whatever, I'll offer him a draw at some point. I wasn't that motivated in the first place. But, you know, if I'm not playing for a prize or something, I'm sometimes giving draws to lower rated kids, beautiful women, you know, whatever. But I think for the most part, I've lost 30 to 50 points due to deflation. You know, the funny thing is, though, there's no trickle down. Like, the top players have this, like, bubble where they take the points either go up or down. There's like a, I don't know, there's like a breaking point in the rating distribution where it, you know, either it goes up or it goes down, but then you're like in the middle. Empty since 1959. That's what I went through on my last OTB. 4 rounds for children of Indian descent. Incredibly underrated. It's even worse in Europe. Like, the thing is, like, in FIDE's system is bad. The whole concept of having tournaments where people or organizers have to pay, like, a fee to have the tournament rated basically encourages rating inflation. So in other words, like, poor chess organizer in India has to pay FIDE like $100 fee or whatever it is to have a tournament. Then nobody's gonna have the tournament's FIDE rated, which means, you know, by default that you're gonna automatically have tons of these, like, you know, non-FIDE rated tournaments where players are getting better. I think that FIDE should just do away with the whole concept of organizers having to pay, like, a fee to have tournaments FIDE rated. They need to find, like, sponsors not charging for tournaments to be rated. You know, this is totally the wrong approach. If all the tournaments in India were, like, FIDE rated, they wouldn't be so underrated. And this is not just India, but for example, you know, in the United States even, like, tons of tournaments aren't FIDE rated because the organizers don't want to pay to make it FIDE rated. You know, simple as that. Alright, I'm going to blunder eventually here. It just doesn't make sense, man. You could find companies to sponsor chess, and you don't need to charge money for FIDE rating tournaments for like, blunder? Oh, I have d4 immediately. Check? Do I? How much is he calculated here? The secret. Okay, whatever. Well, I don't have to play d4 anyway. Just saying. Oh, this is kind of creepy. d4, bishop c4, check, bishop d5. Screw it, bro. What is happening? I don't even know where to start anymore. The problem is that, like, FIDE is corrupt, so they can't expect to get, like, corporate sponsors. if it wasn't like a totally corrupt organization, you could probably get, if it was like a non-profit or something, like USCF. Is it a non-profit? Imagine if FIDE was a non-profit, for example. Just for a minute, imagine that. Rook takes. I like ops color bishops. Hello! My rooks move backwards too. Last game. Bang. Imagine if FIDE was a non-profit. We could change everything. You know, it would change everything. USCF is very poorly managed, though. Alright, Circularity and Mickey Decat duking it out. Dookie. This is a good game. Circularity's new on the stream, but he seems to naturally be one of the stronger players. You can't expect like small tournament organizers in India to pay a fee to FIDE to have the tournaments rated, or any, you know, country where tournaments aren't sponsored by like rich people. I just noticed it particularly with India because we have a lot of players from India coming here to play in tournaments, and consistently they're like 300 points stronger than the rating. That's why, you know, I've lost 50 points, because it's like a trickle-down effect. I play people who've lost their points to those guys, you know, and then even if I don't play them directly, I'm still going to lose points because the other people who played them, you know, I have to play them, then they draw me or whatever with their low rating, for example. A slow weekend for chess.com. That's sad, man. Well, the online chess scene is a totally different ecosystem now. Yeah, it doesn't bode well for over the board chess. Basically, there's two chess worlds now. There's the online chess world, and there's the over the board chess world. That's a good point by Mozart, though. You compare the budget of FIDE to chess.com. Sad. Of course, chess.com is the ultimate, you know, commercial for-profit thing. But I mean, I'm just speaking about ratings in general. Kudrin is 2402. That's not bad, really. He's gotten older, but there's also deflation. His max rating was like 2560, probably 2560. But he was usually like low 2500s, you know. So at his age, he's probably like 65, 67, I don't know. It's normal to be 2400. It's not bad, actually. He's ahead of most players his age, like in Hungary or Serbia, for example. If he lived in Hungary or Serbia, he would be like 23. He'd be like my rating, 2350. Uh-oh. Mickey Decat just played... Oh, man, he played for the sort of cheapo trap. The cheapo trap move. Oh, no, and he wins a pawn. Okay, circularity's probably okay here. But maybe that's not true. Last. Oof. He's not okay. That is not okay. You lost to two connectors. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Circularity's lost. He fell for a trick. 2578. July 2009? Are you serious? What? Mozart, no way. But are you talking about USCF? There's no way he was FIDE 2578 in 2009. You're talking about USCF. No, that's impossible. He would have been over 2600 USCF. That's incredible, dude. There's no way Kucherin reached his peak in 2009. That would be impossible. He was way past his prime. That's incredible if true. Last time I saw him was like 2007. He was already like way past his prime. Guys, tournament's over? Wow, that was quick. It's 9:20. Last game I'm going. Stapfargen, of course. The Stonewall versus Princess Chess. Stonewall. Nice, Princess Chess. Stapfargen's favorite bishop. Damn, dude. How did Kucherin get to 2578 in 2009? That's insane. He must have been like 50. He was over 50. That's crazy. I felt he was past his prime the last time I played him in like 2003, to be honest. When I was in my prime, he was past his prime. Since he's older than me, that is logical, If he's older than me and I'm in my prime and he's past his prime. So, geez. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know how he did that. Some kind of anomaly. That's a really weird sort of statistical anomaly. I mean, I feel like he just was, he didn't lose anything yet, but he wasn't stronger than he would have been, like the 90s. Like Kucherin, you would predict his prime would have been approximately like 1995 or something, So that's weird. Because everyone's different. There's the Korchnoi, where people can play extremely well, like deep into their old age. That was before anal beads. Well, that was before Rousis discovered like the toilet variation too. And that was around the time when Rousis discovered the toilet variation. I played Rousis in '99, and he was definitely like human. And then he became like 2600 after that. He's probably the same age as Kucherin. Maybe a little younger. Who knows? The last time I played Sergey was like 2003. I played him in '99. I played him a lot in that period. Between like 99 and 2003. That's weird. Don't take your phone to the board with you. Oh, did I tell you guys this funny story that one of my students told me? He said he went to a tournament and there was this guy, his opponent had a bag, and this is unbelievable. So he has like a duffel bag or something like next to the seat next to his chair. And during the game, his opponent, like, this is like a class level tournament. During the game, his opponent like took out like an opening book and started like leafing through it, like next to the chair, like under the table, like during the game, like looking up variations in the book. That's crazy, man. I mean, talking about anal beads and stuff or whatever, but I've never ever heard of a case where someone actually brought an opening book to the board and like openly like started like reading it while he was playing the game. And I guess his opponent like objected, but when he told the tournament directors, like, they're just like, well, we can't like search his bag or something like that. Could you imagine that? Princess Chess is trying to lose. I mean, he must have like every book. You'd have to have like every book. It was like the old days when you would bring your, your collection of Yugoslav informants. Princess Chess. You had a nice bishop there. Princess Chess was better, but she just like didn't have a plan. Kudrin once asked me if castling was a legal move in a tournament I was directing. His rook was under attack. Oh shit. Maybe he was joking. It was like deadpan humor. Wasn't there some debate about that at one point? Something about castling rules? Oh, I know there was a debate about like if you touch your rook first. FIDE, had some questions about the rules to that. I don't know, man. Oh, he had been drinking? Okay. Normally Sergey doesn't drink at the tournament, so that's weird. But I mean, normally Karpov doesn't drink either, from what I understand. But now he's a member of the Duma. I never saw Kudrin drunk or drinking, but he is, of Russian heritage. Okay, Queen f7. Nice move. So Princess Chess loses, sadly. I won the tournament. Circularity was second, despite a last round loss. Circularity still takes a tie on tie breaks. Circularity gets the second place trophy based on rating. They have exactly the same tie breaks. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in one of these. I like how Brony just showed up with a half-point bye 3 rounds late and won all of his games to get to 4th place. You get the ladies' prize? Well, Princess Chess sadly faltered there in the last round. Did you pass her? Oh my god. Gina Rook gets 10th place with 50% with a last round win against Troll in a Roll. And Princess Chess 11th. Wow. So there's a lot of rivalry going on there. That was pretty close. 2 female contestants, and you just eked it out by half a point. Since we don't have prizes, just imaginary ones, yeah, we'll give you the imaginary top women's prize for this tournament. So I won. I didn't feel that great about my play today, but you guys were even worse than me. Though Dr. Tripchance gave me a real scare. I was lost against him, but it wasn't simple. So Circularity, a good first effort. 5-2. Miki, always tough. With 5 points. Brony, Staff Oregon, Tripchance. Tripchance left before the last round. Cheesy Nuke, 3.5. World Loser, 3.5. Yerudin, nice job. 3.5. Beating Sumahara in the last round. This one is the one. Alright. As a prize, I'll go over this Gina Rook game. Can I copy and paste that? Why can't I copy and paste that? Hello? Copy link. Thank you. This is our women's prize, going over a game. Oh. Against Nefedov. Battle of the Speedsters. The Nefedov suddenly got faster. It's like Kudrin's rating. At the ripe old age of 43, Nefedov is suddenly, actually I don't know his age, but he suddenly became faster. Every time I play him now, he's playing Bullet. The Scotch. Oh, so you played, you played the Goring Gambit, right? I like this opening. And it's a good choice, I think, against Nefedov. But d5 is probably, it's not the Smith-Morra. I mean, I think this is best, man. It's certain gambits are really not that great, you know, and I think you should accept them, but I'm not sure about the Danish and the Goring. Objectively, like, a lot of people play d5. I mean, there's another move, you know. What is it here? Oh, no, no, no. I'm thinking about the secret move against the... Oh. Yeah, okay. Here, by the way, Princess Chess, the problem with this is Queen e7. This is a very little known variation. Queen e7 is a serious problem against the Danish gambit. Although maybe it's not easy to play, there's no easy answer to that. So I think that's, in that sense, like, probably the Goring gambit is better, because it doesn't give black that opportunity. But after knight f3, knight c6, c3, like, I don't know. I don't think this is as good here. Yeah, but okay, so d5 is critical. You can play bishop d3. I don't know anything about that. You know, I mean, all I know is, like, the famous line: queen takes d5, c takes d4, bishop g4, bishop e2, bishop b4 check, knight c3, takes, and queen c4. This is like the book variation. But you see, there's a game from 1979, there's a game from 1972. Lebojevic and Velimirovic, two Yugoslavs, you know. It's no, it's okay for white. I mean, this line is okay for white. I think it's okay. Isn't it queen b3? You know, you're supposed to play this ending. It's equal. White's not worse here. Queen takes b3, a takes b3. You follow the Velimirovic, Lebojevic variation, but it may not be fun. You know, I don't know. The queens come off the board. I'm not an authority, but anyways. So what happened in your game? This was against Nefedov. I think a good try against Nefedov. He accepts. You play knight c3. Yeah, and so bishop e4 is probably main book move. Here's another Velimirovic game from 1978 against Tarjan. Tarjan calls himself Tarjan, James Tarjan, but it's a Hungarian name. Technically, he's supposed to be Tarjan, but he's American born, and it's like a Hungarian name, and nobody says it right anyway. But just so you guys know, it's like a town, it's like a region in Hungary, Tarjan. Anyways, Tarjan came back like 5 years ago and beat Kramnik after like not playing chess for 30 years. He beat Kramnik in Gibraltar, which is pretty amazing. I mean, obviously, like, Kramnik wanted to win and went too far, but still, I think it's pretty cool for a 60-year-old guy to come back and beat Kramnik before he retired. Bishop c4. Now knight on gd7. Lilkar versus Bosiocic. So this is interesting. Croatian championship. Nefedov generally plays the openings very well. You know, he probably knows what he's doing here. But this is not a commonly played move. Or she. Landkar. Yeah, I think I've played this position before. Like, if you guys look up my games, yeah, Sparkle Horse versus Zen Chess. I don't like knight d5 is possible. Where? Now it's possible. Of course. I played castles knight d5. That's what I did against Zen Chess. I mean, I think, like, normally black would take, right? They should take. Always take. That's what my friend Zlatko Lichess says. You should probably take. But white has compensation for the pawn. I'm not sure about knight ge7. So I played knight d5 here against Zen. But I don't know what the best move is. It's good, apparently. You played bishop g5, the other move. But look at the engine. You like make it play d5, suddenly it's like, oh yeah, white's good. That was another game. You played the engine move. What it thinks is good, but if you kick it into high gear on a decent computer, holy shit. It looks like knight g5 is actually a move. So this is, you know, bang. I don't know. The computer's having questions now. Yeah, I mean it doesn't look developmental. This is you need AlphaZero on a strong engine or something, or Leela, to be sure about this. This isn't, my computer sucks. I mean, I don't know. This feels interesting. Bishop g5 is interesting. Then d6, a sound move. Now you play knight d4. Yeah, I mean Nefedov played kind of stockfish. He played stock chess here, but queen e8 is interesting. I mean, he's got to take consideration the problem with knight b5. You could play queen d7 theoretically for black. But white has some initiative. I mean, this is hugely tempting. Black can play queen g4. So this is an interesting game, Gina Rook. h6 weakens black's kingside a little bit. And g5 weakens it a lot. So now, I mean, he's got some problems with that. That looks a little scary. Now what do you do? We have to consider bishop e2, but I guess it's blocking your queen. So this is his best move. The Pavel Blatny formation with the hippo. Oh, this was a mistake. Yeah, Nefedov, this definitely looks weird. I guess he's afraid of f4, but I mean, you gotta just play knight g6. Yeah. So this was a weird move by Nefedov. He got in big trouble. Now white has an extremely strong attack. That was an uncharacteristic move by Nefedov. I don't know, man. I don't think he would have done that against me. This is weird. I mean, white is just like ripping it apart with f4. Huge position now, and he fixes your pawns too. Yeah, I mean, you just have a raging attack here. So he desperately tries to close the position. f5 is very strong. You played bishop h4 now, but I mean, this is also very strong, I would imagine. I don't know, objectively, you gotta play f5, yeah. Now h5, and white's totally winning. I mean, dude, this is brutal. It's game over. Queen d2, rook e1, down here. Hasta la vista. How did you not win? Queen d2, king h7. Rook a e1. I mean, if you want to just throw that in for good measure, give a very strong position. Oh, you did queen g5. Facepalm. His only chance is f6, and he defends h5 and kicks you out. Yeah, that was a huge blunder. You should have played f6, I guess. That would require a little bit of calculation. f6, knight g6, queen g5. That looks crushing. Maybe it's not so simple, though. You know? It's not that simple. You have something, yeah, you have this. It is simple. You have the pin on the diagonal, so actually black's in big trouble. Black's lost. So queen g5 kind of just a dumb blunder. You're still winning, apparently. You played a tournament in a hotel banquet room, had a dead draw, so I'd go to the hotel bar and bring back beer to drink at the table. I used to drink beer on the Hastings Pier while I was playing like Luke McShane when he was a toddler. Nothing wrong with drinking beer at the board. In some places, anyway. In Germany, the former Hastings challengers, I mean, in German tournaments, it's common, I think, to drink beer at the board. I've drank at the board in U.S. hotels. Yeah. Yeah, you have a crushing position here. Why not, like, e5? You don't have it. Okay, so d5. That's pretty annoying, actually, the d5, because if you lose f5, black has some hope. Yeah, he kind of messed with you with a d5. And now the evils of the opposite colored bishop. So you played rook ae1 automatically, but it looks like probably here you should be focusing on c7. Not ae1, but rook ac1 and going down to get c7. You can play rook ae1, rook e6 or something, but I mean, I suppose it's like here, 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 you know, and white has a huge advantage. And you're basically winning, right? Like bishop takes f6. But, you know, you let it get like way too technical, and like you're going to have to be very accurate. Now your pawns are broken up. That's a big issue. So you missed rook e7, bishop f6, or what? Rook e7, rook f7, obviously. And then you have bishop takes f6. I mean, the computer says like +7. Actually, it likes rook e1. That's a quiet move. So he's in Zugzwan. Opposite color bishops are great, man. You're up a piece. It's like a football match where one of the players is on penalty or hockey, ice hockey. He has no rook, you know, so he can't defend the dark squares. Anyway, Nefedov hangs on with his experience, astutely defending. And the final position, rook f8, double question mark. Both sides in time pressure, white much worse, and rook f8, white is better. White is better? Yeah, I mean, white is up a pawn in the end. Anyway, so it was interesting. Yeah, of course, everybody plays like worse with less time. But I think it's good that you don't focus on time like most people, you know. The important thing is like playing well. The first thing is to play well, and then you get better at playing well faster and playing well more quickly and more quickly and more quickly. But the emphasis should be on playing well, which most people miss, especially in the dawn of like, you know, this online chess world. Anyway, that was our fun women's prize for the tournament. Game analysis, Mubat T-Bootpoo versus Nefedov. Nefedov with experience hanging on in a bad position there. The experienced defender wins on time. Alright, guys and girls, thanks for joining us. It was a fun tournament. We'll be back tomorrow with some weird Wednesday opening, rapid chess. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Appreciate it as always. You're the best, bro. We will see you guys tomorrow.